A fraternity on San Jose State campus is getting its charter revoked. We'll look for the reason why.
A robbery on campus leaves students feeling unsafe. Find out what happened.
I'm Kayla Novak, your Update News meteorologist. When you come back, your spring break forecast. Update News starts now.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Brenda Norrie.
And I'm David Taub. There's trouble on Greek Row at SJSU. Kappa Sigma's chapter on this campus has been revoked. As Kayla Novak shows us, the suspension is being kept tightly under wraps.
Kappa Sigma fraternity has been a part of the San Jose State Greek community since 1965, but now its ties might be severed. The University Student Involvement Office received a call from Kappa Sigma's national headquarters in Virginia earlier this month, saying that House's chapter had been revoked. However, university officials say they are not sure why.
Their charter is revoked indefinitely, so they have an opportunity, the chapter has an opportunity to get it back. We're just not sure how that process will happen and when it will happen.
House members have kept the story quiet. Anonymous sources say all Kappa Sigma events are canceled with other on-campus sororities and fraternities for the rest of the semester, but they were not informed why. University Chief of Staff Stacy Gleixner says she does not know much about the situation.
So the discussion is really between the national organization and the campus chapter. So they lost their charter with their national organization as part of that discussion.
The Interfraternity Council president declined our request for an interview. While the Kappa Sigmas try to get their charter back, the brothers are allowed to live there. While Update News filmed the Kappa Sigma house, a pirate flag was waved proudly on the front lawn. However, once a few members noticed the cameras, they took it down to fly an American flag. The brothers refused to comment on the flag change. Online sources still list the chapter at San Jose State as active. On campus, Kayla Novak, Update News.
Police are advising students to be careful when walking alone. An SJSU student was approached at gunpoint while walking close to campus. Update News reporter Abe Rodriguez has more on this attempted robbery.
The student was walking down South 10th Street a week ago Sunday at 1 a.m. when he was approached by two men. Police say the victim was on the sidewalk next to parking lot 4 when the two would-be robbers demanded he hand over his belongings.
The suspects were masked up, wearing like some sort of beanie-type mask, pointed a gun at the guy and demanded his money.
But a university police car on patrol spotted them. When the police officer pulled over, the two men climbed inside vehicles and drove off. They were seen leaving in a Ford SUV and a sedan. Police chased after them but lost the two vehicles. The sedan was found later parked nearby, empty. Police say all 6 occupants were juveniles with gang affiliations. Junior philosophy student Vladimir Salcedo Nateras said he worries about his girlfriend and sister, but said he doesn't feel unsafe.
I feel the police here are doing the best they can, but I think the location of the school itself is what's part of the problem. Anyone can just walk in on campus.
With midterms underway, the police offered a few precautions. They suggest people walk in large groups and stay in well-lit areas. On campus, Abraham Rodriguez, Update News.
The new SJSU Health Center will be opening soon. The $36 million building has been in the works since June of 2013. Shannon Cruz is live on campus with the update. Shannon?
Brenda, the construction of the new health center has blocked pathways around campus. So for several reasons, students are looking forward to the opening.
This health center is home to the School of Nursing, as well as the College of Applied Sciences and Arts. Students use the health center for daily checkups, health classes, and to buy drugs at the pharmacy. However, students will see many of these departments disappear as they move into the new health center. It stretches 53,000 square feet. Existing services, such as physical therapy, medical care, counseling, and sports medicine, will move into this new building.
I think it looks really good, and I'm really excited to be able to use it because as a nursing student, I have to go there all the time and get immunizations done and get my physical and all that, so I'm excited for a new building.
In addition, New services such as dentistry and optometry will be added. Health Center Director Roger Alrod says the new building will help the student population as a whole.
I think the room just in size will be a lot more comfortable. There'll be a lot more privacy. I think one of the things that goes on is that it'll be a good interaction for students to be there together.
After the new construction is completed, sidewalks will open up, which will give students more space to walk to class. This building is on track to be open by this May. Live on campus, Shannon Cruz, Update News.
The streets of San Jose are welcoming a new bicycle law, where cyclists can no longer ride on the sidewalks. To ensure bicycle and pedestrian safety, anyone found riding on the sidewalk can be ticketed. Update News reporter Jennifer Gonzalez has the story.
Traffic conditions in downtown San Jose can be dangerous for pedestrians and bicyclists alike. With high-speed traffic, buses and cars merging across the bike lanes, cyclists are forced to merge into adjacent traffic. Rather than face danger in the street, at least 19% of cyclists are riding on the sidewalks, according to a study from City Hall. So, to protect pedestrians, San Jose instituted a bike ban on sidewalks, effective last month.
To identify a location or a number of streets to focus on for some kind of ordinance or some kind of educational program for bicycling on sidewalk to try to get people to use the street or walk their bike instead.
Anyone violating the law can be fined up to $1,000. The ban affects 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th streets from St. John South to San Carlos streets. The sidewalks on San Fernando Street are off limits from Diridon Station to 11th Street. The bike ban is the city's effort to keep people safe, and yet not many cyclists are aware of the law.
I think it's pretty good. We do have a lot of bike lanes that are available to bicyclists on the street, so they should be utilized.
Police are enforcing the ban as they hand out information to cyclists, while signs can also be found throughout downtown streets. In San Jose, Jennifer Gonzalez, Update News.
Volunteer to get down and dirty on Wednesdays in a sustainable way. Across from the dining commons is a new Associated Students garden. The AS garden gives students access to fresh harvest, hands-on horticulture, and therapeutic breaks. It's directly located off campus on San Salvador and 8th Street.
I think it's super cool that the community garden is here. It really ties into the history of San Jose. I mean, it used to be orchards. It still is the Valley of Heart's Delight.
Upon entering the garden, people will see perennials, such as strawberries and edible flowers, as well as annuals, such as garlic, carrots, and broccoli.
It's very therapeutic because it slows you down. You're not moving 100 miles an hour. Looking at your iPhone doesn't help you while you're gardening, and so you can move the pace at a plant that's growing.
The garden is sustainable with its mini glasshouse to warm up seedlings, and even a compost section to keep the soil rich. It will always have a variety of food each season, with new crops planted and maintained by volunteers and staff.
My goal is to give them an overall experience of really what it means to grow food in a sustainable manner.
The community garden piques an interest since the campus is in an area surrounded by industries. Students feel a sense of pride and ownership when cultivating the land.
Tending the earth is something that's very innate in all of us, and it's necessary for, I think, a healthy and happy human being.
Volunteering shifts are on Wednesdays, and students in the community are encouraged to take fresh and healthy harvest home. When we come back, Christina Rotar will be here with arts and entertainment.
Music-filled Tower Lawn in a Battle of the Bands show.
And when we return, Jennifer Gonzalez will be live on campus with the new water plan.
Later, we'll show you the former Spartans trying to make their NFL dreams a reality. Update News is back in a moment.
The forecast for California's water supply is bleak. NASA officials are warning that it's disappearing at an alarming rate. A disappointing rainy season coupled with 4 years of severe drought and extreme temperatures have only made the situation worse. And according to a NASA scientist, California could be out of water by this time next year. San Jose has put in place a number of water regulations to help conserve. Residents could receive a $160 fine for wasting water. People can report water wasting by calling the Santa Clara Valley Water District on their website or by downloading and using their app, Access Valley Water.
The drought has California residents worried, and there's more to worry about than just a lack of water. Now it's the water bill. Update News reporter Jennifer Gonzalez is live on campus with the story. Jennifer?
David, many people are making efforts to conserve water, but there's a downside. Those savings are translating into higher water bills. The Santa Clara Valley Water District is considering a 20% hike on water rates for North County residents. That includes San Jose, which will take effect on July 1st. At a board meeting last Tuesday, directors said they have to do something besides saddling customers with ever-increasing rate hikes.
We can't take it anymore. At some point, it's got to stop.
With Santa Clara Valley water supplies running out, the board has been forced to find water elsewhere, and revenue is down because customers aren't using as much.
In order to pay for water, which is getting to be a more precious commodity, the rates are increasing to buy water, and we have to buy more water in order to meet the need in Santa Clara County.
The now planned 20% increase is considerably lower than the originally proposed 30% hike. The district avoided some costs by getting loans, postponing payments, and projects. The increase could mean an extra $5.06 per month for the average customer. Since 2013, the increase has been fairly steady, up between 17 to 30 cents per month. The Water District is scheduled to make its final decision on the proposal in May. Live on campus, Jennifer Gonzalez, Update News.
Wow, Brenda, that drought seems really concerning.
Hopefully we see some rain during spring break. Kayla Novak, our meteorologist, is here with our weather update to tell you if we have some relief in the future.
Thanks, guys. Unfortunately, it looks like San Jose and California is not going to get any rain to help us out with the exceptional drought here in California. But let's talk about something that's on every student's mind, spring break. It looks like if you're going to be traveling to Portland, you're going to get low 60s with showers. San Francisco, mid 60s with wind. And Disneyland is going to be in the high 70s, so you're going to have lots of fun with Mickey Mouse. Then mid 80s in Las Vegas, so you're going to have a great time in your bikini. And then mid 60s in Boulder, and it looked like there was still some snow, so maybe you can grab your snowboard. Chicago is in the mid 40s, and then New York is in the mid 40s as well. Both make sure to grab your sweater because it's going to be a cold one. Orlando is going to be in mid-80s for those of you that are going to Disney World. New Orleans, low 70s with a chance of showers, so make sure that you bring an umbrella. And in Mexico, you're also going to get mid-80s as well, and you are going to have a chance of showers throughout the week through that tropical weather. Then here in San Jose, we're going to have high of 70s and low 40s. But no matter what you do for spring break, stay safe and have fun. Thanks, and back to you in the studio.
It's going to be a warm spring break.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about it. Christina, can you tell us a little bit about what's happened this last week on San Jose State's campus?
Yeah, actually, we've had a very fun and exciting week. The talents of San Jose State students are taking center stage. Music Mayhem came to San Jose State Wednesday. Update News reporter Janet Garcia was there.
A crowd converged on Tower Lawn Wednesday to see a showcase of talent at Music Mayhem. Associated students put on this event. Newcomers came to experience this event for the first time.
I enjoy music and culture, so I just thought it would be a good idea to come explore an event that I've never been to, so hopefully it's a good experience.
Supporting San Jose State talent is important for students.
We're seeing a lot of students I know because I think it's very important to support young artists, and student-produced work is amazing.
From rock to R&B, 9 groups participated on 2 different stages.
Mayhem was pretty cool. It was showcasing a lot of different talents, so that's what I appreciated a lot.
Winner was 6 Step of North. Band members say you never know what can happen at competitions.
It's always good.
Yeah, you went to
it's better than losing.
Yeah, you went to this.
is only the beginning for Six Step North. The band plans to stay in the area and perform downtown San Jose. On campus, Janet Garcia, Update News.
Members of a dance club on campus are working feverishly to polish their routines. While the breakdancers in front of the MLK Library have carved out a name for themselves by showing off their moves in broad daylight, there is another dance crew on campus that rehearses underground. Beneath the first floor of the student gym, the Hip Hop Dance Club meets every Tuesday and Thursday well after sun has gone down. The dance crew regularly rehearses choreographies.
When I'm on that stage, I can be whoever I want, whatever I want, without anyone judging me.
The dance club is sharpening the routine for several performances later this year, including Admitted Spartan Day. The crew will perform before an auditorium of incoming university freshmen. The sounds of spring are upon us. San Jose State's Jazz Orchestra had its first concert of the semester. The orchestra is made up of 25 students, and they're not just music majors. They range from engineering to business, all sharing a mutual love for jazz.
School music has a long tradition of jazz ensembles going back into the 1960s and 70s. So there's been jazz bands here for a long, long time.
The band hosts 2 concerts a semester, which typically star a guest performer. Monday's performance featured famous international guitarist John Stowell, as well as award-winning composer and trumpet player Paul Tynan. Tynan has recently earned a double nomination in the East Coast Music Awards Jazz Recording of the Year category.
And so it's pretty exciting because it's the first time a jazz artist has been nominated twice for 2 different records in the same category. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Tynan has been nominated for his Autumn Song record as well as for another album, Bicoastal Collective Chapter 4, which was co-produced with Aaron Langton. The 2 composers hold the Jazz Recording of the Year for 2013. The orchestra is preparing for its second show later this semester and encourages students to attend free shows every Tuesday and Thursday. San Jose's Tech Museum of Innovation has been named as a 2015 National Medal finalist. This is one of the nation's highest honor given to museums and libraries for service to the community. The Tech Museum and the Chabot Space and Science Center in Oakland are the only 2 Bay Area institutions to be nominated. All of the 30 finalists have been elected based on positive influence in the community and efforts towards making an impact in the world.
Tech is focused a lot on underserved students, a lot on girls in tech, a lot on helping teachers with high quality professional development, on opening our spaces to the community as a whole.
The Institute of Museum and Library Services in Washington, D.C. will announce the 5 winners this April. Well, that's all we have for Arts and Entertainment this week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christina. When we come back, we'll check in with Spartan Daily reporter Raphael Stroud. He'll show us what's ahead for this week for the Daily.
And Dustin Dorsey is here with sports. We will take you out to the hockey rink for a game between former and current Spartan hockey players.
And later we take a look into where students can go to learn a centuries-old sport. All this and more when we come back.
We've got Dustin Dorsey here with us now to bring you sports.
So Dustin, I understand a couple Spartans had a pretty big week last week.
Yes, we have all of that and more for your San Jose State Spartans. Let's get to it. Several Spartan football players took the field Wednesday. It was Pro Day, a tryout for outgoing seniors in front of NFL scouts. This was the final time that players performed at Spartan Stadium. The Pro Day consisted of several events and drills, including the 40-yard dash and the bench press. NFL scouts were looking at players like Travis Ricidi and Forrest Hightower, among others, hoping to make their NFL dreams a reality. This day was important for these players. It could be the difference between getting drafted or not.
I mean, it's just another opportunity to showcase talent and skills, and I think I did a good job, and I think my teammates are continuing to do a good job, as you can see back here.
With the pro day completed, the players will continue to train until the NFL draft. The draft will take place in Chicago in late April. Spartan hockey may not have made the playoffs this year, but it still had one game left to play. The Curtin Spartans hit the ice to take on the alumni team last Saturday at Sharks Ice. Last season, the alumni won their game 3-2 for the first ever victory over a current team. Highlighting the alumni this year was goaltender Ryan Lowe. Lowe made headlines earlier this season when he signed a one-day contract with the San Jose Sharks to serve as an emergency backup goalie. The alumni team started quickly with 6 goals in the first period, and after 2 periods, the Curtin Spartans trailed 10-6 and brought in their primary goaltender, Mario Ritana.
When I went in, I was expecting to maybe let in a goal, but when we ended up winning, I was like, okay, great, because that was a 5-goal, 6-goal comeback.
SJSU scored 6 unanswered goals while Ritana shut out the alumni in the third period. The Spartans defeated the alumni by a final score of 12-10. San Jose State's basketball season has come to an end. The men's team finished the regular season, and the women's basketball team finished in the semifinals of the All-Mountain West tournament. A couple of Spartans are being recognized after leading their teams in scoring and breaking records. Kayla Novak has the story.
The event center was home to many basketball games this season, but 2 players shined on the court and were recognized by the All-Mountain West. San Jose State men's basketball may not have been the best team on the court, but sophomore Rashad Muhammad led the team, averaging 13.9 points a game. He was nominated for an honorable mention by the media of All-Mountain West. However, the media was excluded from the vote this year, and Muhammad was not selected by the head coaches for the All-Mountain West team.
It's like a good marker to put you to show you where you're at in the conference amongst all the other guys. So, it's glad to get some recognition to see where I'm at amongst all the other guys. So, it feels good.
Women's basketball, however, broke records this year. Senior Turea Cunningham started the ball rolling by breaking the all-time scoring record at SJSU.
Still hasn't settled in yet. I don't know. I just feel like I know that it's a big accomplishment,
She finished her season with 2,062 career points and was named to the All-Mountain West team. Cunningham and senior Rebecca Woodbury led the team to playoffs, where they were 8th seed in the Mountain West Conference. The Spartans went on to win the 2 conference tournament games, which was the first time in the program's history. They also were the first 8th seed in conference history to upset the number 1 seed. But Spartans lost to Boise State in the semifinals. Both San Jose State basketball teams hope to continue their Spartan legacy next year. On campus, Kayla Novak, Update News.
Welcome to the sport where you can live out your childhood fantasies, a sport where jabbing and poking are part of the game. George Tanner has the details.
Get ready to fight. The Fencing Center, located 7 blocks off campus, teaches 3 forms of this Western martial art. Foil, epee, saber. Heath Weiner instructs kids and adults.
Ever since man first picked up a stick, we started hitting each other with it or trying to poke each other with it.
People here have their own reasons for enjoying this centuries-old sport.
I like fencing because I get to fight with swords and sometimes whack people.
It interests me a lot because people find it really unique.
I like fencing because it's a really strategic sport. It's like human chess.
Weiner says the chess match is like a conversation with a competitor.
If I step forward, all of a sudden, I want to see how you react to that. Do you stay cool? Do you watch where I am? Or do you freak out? Right? Do you jump away?
The 8 instructors have made the fencing club the most medaled fencing group in the Bay Area. Anyone who wants to take a stab at this sport should stop by the Fencing Center. From downtown, George Tanner, Update News.
That's all I have for sports, but guys, March Madness got rolling this weekend, so it's a very exciting time for college sports and college sports fans.
You got that right. We'll have to see if anyone comes up with a perfect bracket this year. Let's check in with Spartan Daily reporter Raphael Stroud in the newsroom to see what's upcoming in this week's edition of the Spartan Daily.
What the Daily will be covering in the upcoming week. The 6th annual Bay Area Biomedical Device Conference will be held in the Student Union Ballroom. We'll also have coverage on the kickoff of Great America's 40th season and its introduction of longer park hours. There will be an opinion piece on the campus concealed gun carry debate, particularly about the argument that women would be better equipped to protect themselves. For sports, Spartan baseball will be facing off against Fresno State in a 3-game series. Live from the Mac Lundstrom newsroom, I'm Raphael Stroud. Enjoy spring break.
And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
For all of us here, thanks for joining us and see you next week.